Good evening, thanks for joining us. Harley riders from around the border city hopped on their hogs today and gathered in the parking lot of the Cooler nightclub, but not before grabbing a children's toy to bring as a gift to the Salvation Army. The event was the first of what's hoped to be an annual toy run, where riders brought a new toy or cash donation to be given to the Salvation Army for use at Christmas.
Bikers in general want to do something for kids, so this was very easy for us to conspire, and this is what we've come up with here today.
The inaugural event attracted over 50 riders who headed to Marwayne and then Kitscoty before heading back to Lloyd. To say it was a success is an understatement.
I never cease to be amazed by this community, how giving they are and how caring they are. But this is kind of taking it above the word amazing.
Dearden says less fortunate children at Christmas aren't the only ones benefiting from today.
It's teaching kids to give. It's like I brought my grandchildren here today to see the toys coming in. And they know what that people are giving to give to those that have nothing at Christmas.
And for anyone thinking burly bikers aren't softies at heart, think again.
You know, the more we can do for kids in this world, the better off we're all are.
For Dearden, the response was exactly what she'd come to expect from this group.
We just feel so blessed that this community cares so much about others.
Organizers say, based on the overwhelming response this time around, the event will be hitting the road again next year. It's been over 3 years in the making, and finally Frog Lake First Nation has officially opened the doors to its new arena. Clayton Brown was there for the grand opening.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Frog Lake New Horizons Center.
It's a vision that began in 2008, and now it has come to fruition. The New Horizons Center marks the first arena Frog Lake has ever had.
It's turned out to be very beautiful facility, but it's the people that put it together.
This is great. It's a fabulous, fabulous facility. It's a proud day for the people of Frog Lakes First Nations.
With the brand new building, community members believe it will have a positive impact, especially with the youth.
Give them an opportunity to do on a daily basis instead of laying around the house, doing all, getting into trouble and getting kids off the street.
It's helped with a lot bullying and stuff, because people find something they have in common with each other, and it helps that.
The arena has done more than just bring the people together. With the New Horizons Center, Frog Lake will finally be able to have its own minor hockey association.
Our whole hockey programming generally was participated out of the Bonnyville, Cold Lake, and surrounding communities. We rented facilities in the Onion Lake, our neighboring community. Now we have an opportunity to house the program.
In Frog Lake, Clayton Brown, Newcap News.
After weeks of whittling down their training camp roster and battling it in the preseason, it was time to play for keeps as the Bobcats officially dropped the puck on the 2011-2012 season last night when they hosted the Pontiacs in front of a packed house. The Bobcats looking to improve on their 32-win campaign a year ago, and it's physical early on. Travis Wellman is absolutely wallpapered by Ty Carey. The Pontiacs get the first opportunity to score on the power play. Grant Baker loses the handle. It goes right to Kevin Carthy, but he rips it wide. Moments later, Ty Carey on the breakaway. He tries the backhand, but it's a no-go. We're still scoreless. After killing an extensive 5-on-3, the Cats would go on a power play of their own. Off the face-off, Mike Zagranigan slides off the boards, lets it buck, finds the back of the net, and it's 1-0. Jump to the second, the Cats looking for more. Corey Chisholm splits the D, tries the backhand, but it's just wide. With 0.2 seconds left, Kevin Carthy ties it up as his shot beats Tyler Moffat. It's 1-1 heading into the third. In the opening minute, Bonnyville takes the lead. Dante Borelli drives to the net. The puck lands on the stick of Ryan Kearns. He slips it by Moffat. Ponce up 2-1. 2 minutes later, the Pontiacs add to their lead. Levi Ansel with a weak wrister fools Moffat. Before you know it, it's 3-1 Bonnyville. Brian Curran would call a timeout, and whatever he told his team worked. As the Cats crash and bang in front of the net, Chisholm would eventually jam it home. Bobcats down 1. 3 minutes later, the Cats even it up as Baker just gets it by Dylan Wells, and we hit the reset button. It's 3-3. This one needed some OT in the extra frame. Carey wants to get on the breakaway. This time he finds the back of the net. The Pontiacs take it 4-3. The Cats and Ponce will do it all over again tonight in the back half of a home-and-home. Puck drop in this one is in about 30 minutes time from the RJ.
I'm not worried about our guys now. We just have to make sure we show up and compete tomorrow. We'll let them worry about their nerves in front of their hometown. That first game's a tough one for any young kid.
We just can't take a shift off. We got to be going the whole game, hard the whole time. I think we got to tighten up a bit defensively. We gave up too many shots from the middle. We got to keep them to the perimeter more, and I think we'll be fine.
From the ice to the gridiron after taking their season opener handily last week in Wainwright, the Holy Rosary Raiders welcomed the 1-0 St. Paul Lions to town yesterday afternoon. The Raiders get on the board first. Colton Hippie hits Joel King on the slant. Holy Rosary up 7-0. St. Paul answers on their next drive. Jason Jubenville caps it with a 5-yard run where they're evened up at 7s. Jump to the second cue with no time on the clock. Brendan McKay airs it out to Mark Proskew. He makes the beautiful over-the-shoulder grab for the 45-yard touchdown. Lions go into the half with a 13-8 lead. In the third, the Raiders looking to get back in it. Drew Bexon breaks a couple tackles, bounces to the outside, and rumbles 30 yards before being brought down, and that would lead to this. Hippie drops back and spots Mike Holman for the TD. Raiders back out in front, 15-13. Lions would add a field goal to make it 16-15, but once again it's Hippie connecting with Mike Holman for the second time, this time to the 85-yard catch and run. Holy now up 21-16. St. Paul responds though as McKay hits Proskew for his second TD of the game. Lions regain their 1-point lead. But with under 40 seconds to play, Bexon punches it in for the winning touchdown as the Raiders improve to 2-0 with a 28-22 win.
It was pretty competitive. We had no idea what to expect from St. Paul. I mean, we always know they're going to be tough, and they took it to us. You know, our guys were a little soft, I thought, complaining about the heat and complaining about being tired, and I didn't see any of their guys doing that. We had a big two interceptions that sort of turned the game around for us, and offense took over in the second half. So.
On us, they were outplaying us all game there. And fourth quarter, offense started taking a little bit better. Defense sure did step up, and then Oriwa broke it down for us there at the break when he called that timeout, and just got the boys back on it, and that was that.
Comp Barons were also on the field yesterday. The defending back-to-back champs were looking to pick up their first victory of the season against the Voyageurs, but it was the home side getting the best of the Barons 28-13. All right, the Wheatland Bantam Football League kicked off today as well. Chargers hosting the Bengals, pick it up in the second Q. St. Paul up 4. Tyrell Jingle hands off to Andrew Kelfis. This kid is a beast, plowing over defenders and even takes one for a ride before breaking the plane. 27-24 Chargers. 2 minutes later, Kelfis back to work on the ground, cuts to the outside and is gone, beating everyone to the corner. His second TD of the afternoon. Chargers up 33-24. Lloyd's D terrorizing the Bengals offense. The front four forced Walker Sinclair out of the pocket, and then, he gets the sack. They weren't done there in the third. Sinclair's shovel pass is fumbled. Brandon Thornbert recovers for the Chargers. The Bungles turnover leads to this. Jingle to Kelfis, and you all know what's going to happen. This kid has a nose for the end zone, rumbling his way into the end zone for his third major of the afternoon. Chargers take it 66-30. The Lloydminster Mustangs were also in action this afternoon at home facing the Bonnyville Bandits. It was a back-and-forth affair that ended in a 27-27 tie. What a way to kick off the season for both clubs. They are both still undefeated.